We have big news. We have exciting news for you. Tell them what it is, Sareena.
We are super excited to announce that we are starting our first membership this January 2024.
Yay! Membership.
So we're excited to let you know that we will be hosting a monthly membership where when you join, you will be
with us live in a Zoom room once a month for a workshop like we just hosted. It's going to be a workshop like that, one topic each month, a different topic. You might even help us come up with the following month's topic from inside our membership. Super excited to meet you. It was so fun meeting a few of you in our inaugural workshop. So we're really looking forward to that.
And when you are a member, you will also be receiving a monthly newsletter where I'm going to be a little more intimate and I'll be sharing the things that are working and the things that aren't working for me.
Yeah, like taking a tool that you've learned from the podcast and how you're implementing it and how well that worked, or maybe if it didn't work. And then Amma can put in my 2 bits worth. We'll see how that goes. But a membership newsletter and a membership live Zoom room workshop starting in January 2024. Can sign up through our Patreon link in the show notes, yeah?
Yes, everything will be in the show notes, and we can't wait to see you there, listeners.
We can't wait. Yay! And so I started keeping a gratitude journal. I'm 34, 35 years old at this time, and I can barely walk, and I'm in pain, and I'm a single mom, and life is hard. And I wrote 5 things every night in that gratitude journal that I kept beside my bed. If I can do it, you can do it.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, looking back, that is one of the moments that I know my physical and emotional well-being turned around and started coming up for the better.
Wow.
Absolutely, without a doubt. Hey, Mama, welcome to the Nurturing Parent Podcast. Do you want to end the constant battles for bath time? Do you find yourself emotionally exhausted at the end of the day? Do you wake up with big hopes for a smooth day of fun with your little ones, only to face an early morning meltdown because you peeled their banana the wrong way?
Silly you.
Silly you.
Hey, I'm Sareena. I'm a mama of 2 little ones, and as a new mama, I constantly questioned myself. I wanted to make sure I was raising respectful kids while also building a strong bond with them. But I discovered that I had to unlearn my ideas that punishment was the way. With Lisa's encouragement, I've been practicing a respectful and gentle parenting approach, which is strengthening our bond as a family.
And hi, I'm Lisa. Amma means grandmother in Icelandic. I am a mama and an Amma. And I have over 40 years of experience in childcare and parent coaching. And I am so excited to share the knowledge I've gained over these years with you.
Together in this podcast, each week we will explore some easy to implement skills you can add to your parenting tool belt to help you create a happy, thriving family. Happy New Year. Happy 2023. Welcome, mamas.
Oh, my goodness. Here we go. Another year, 2023. All right. I'm ready. Whew.
I'm so ready. 23 is my number, so I know this is my year.
Oh, sweet. I'm happy to hear that. And how did you want to start the year off? Laughing's good. I like laughing.
I'm starting it off very excited, but also what we want to talk about today is gratitude and being thankful for everything that 2022 brought us, learning to be grateful for everything that 2023 is going to bring us, and bringing a gratitude practice into our lives, because that is something that I started in 2022 that really, well, I think I started it in 2021, but it really, really has changed my whole mindset, and it's made me a nicer person. Nicer person to be around.
I love that. I love that you've noticed that it's made you a nicer person.
Oh yeah.
The science behind gratitude is so interesting and so exciting that they've actually done the scientific studies over, recent years. And so I jotted down 10 advantages of practicing gratitude on a regular basis.
Give them to
And
us.
yeah, and that's one of them. So we'll get to it. And what I wanted to say though before I start on the 10 is that the basic foundation of how this works and why this works. It's like if you go and buy a new car and you buy a red car and you're like, great, I'll be able to find my car all the time because there's no other red car. I never see red cars. There's no other red cars. Like there's so few. And then you drive off the lot with your new car and you see red cars everywhere because your focus is on red cars now, right? It never
Yeah.
was before. So you didn't see them. That's the principle at work here. That is the law that's underwriting this. When we focus on what there is to be grateful for, we will find and see and notice all around us things to be grateful for. So
I
it's
love it.
exciting.
Yeah.
All right. So, what are these 10 positive outcomes of practicing gratitude on a regular basis? Number one, it fosters, and these are not in any hierarchy of order. I just numbered them. I'll stop numbering them. It fosters positive relationships and it fosters connection. So, for us nurturing parents, hello, that's all we need to know. But I'll give you a
Yes.
whole bunch more. Practicing gratitude decreases stress. Like physiologically, they've done the studies now. I love that. And at the same time, it increases because the stress is decreased, it increases a sense of emotional well-being. In doing that, there's the possibility of building our self-esteem. When we practice gratitude daily, our self-esteem rises. It also improves our physical well-being. And once I'm done with this list, I'll share with you a very important lesson I learned in that a number of years ago in my own personal life. Practicing gratitude lessens anxiety and depression. I mean, this is an incredible list. Why wouldn't we want to do this? It also lowers our aggressive tendency.
Oh yeah.
Do you notice that if you're not doing your gratitude that you're a little maybe crankier with hubby
Oh yes, yes, yes. That's me.
or with your children or whatever, but so it actually practicing gratitude lowers our aggressive tendency. So cool. What else is on our list here? Oh, it enhances empathy. We get to understand and feel empathetic towards others. Oh, it improves sleep. It can actually improve sleep. We get longer and deeper sleeps when we practice gratitude. And this one is really very key for our children to give this practice to our children, to encourage it as a family practice. It increases our ability to overcome adversity. It builds resilience. And in life, let's face it, we're all going to face adversity of some form or other, not just once, not just twice, but throughout our lifetimes. Some of us have huge adversity often that we need to deal with. And so that ties in with the story I was going to tell you about improving our physical well-being. When I first got sick with the rheumatoid arthritis, I was bedridden. I was a 33-year-old, strong, independent woman, and I was bedridden. I was in pain 24/7, like excruciating pain. And yes, it interrupted my sleep. And it was depressing, and it was just this horrific adverse situation that I had to deal with in my life. somebody loaned me, okay, this is going to date me, you guys. It's fine. Somebody loaned me some VHS tapes that she had recorded Oprah on, the Oprah show. And she had loaned me these tapes because I had a TV and a VHS player. And so this is sometimes how I would pass the time. And I listened to Oprah's original show about gratitude journals. And I can't remember who it was she interviewed, but that's when and this was, you guys, this is 25 years ago. And so I started keeping a gratitude journal. I'm 34, 35 years old at this time, and I can barely walk, and I'm in pain, and I'm a single mom, and life is hard. And I wrote 5 things every night in that gratitude journal that I kept beside my bed. If I can do it, you can do it.
No, yeah.
And I will tell you, looking back, that is one of the moments that I know my physical and emotional well-being turned around and started coming up for the better.
Wow.
Absolutely, without a doubt.
I believe it.
Yeah. And thank you. And it was incredible because what I wanted, what we wanted to share with you mamas out there is that they don't have to be big, huge, fly to the moon, amazing moments that you're grateful for. They're little tiny details sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, like in those times for me, I had to dig deep some nights. One of the nights I remember, I was grateful that I could breathe independently, which sounds strange, but it was at the time when the original Superman, Christopher Reeve, had had a severe accident, fell off a horse, broke his spine, and he was paralyzed from the neck down. And he needed a machine hooked up to him all the time that breathed for him. He was on a breathing apparatus. And so one night, it must have been a night that was very challenging to come up with 5 things. And I was like, oh my goodness, I am grateful that I can breathe independently.
Sometimes it might be so hard to think of something, but at the same time, it's so easy because there's so many things that we could be grateful for. And it's been really cold lately. So I do 3 things that I'm grateful for every morning. And when it's really cold, I've just been so grateful that I have a warm house, a warm bed. There's always something to be thankful for. And you can be thankful for the same thing a few days in a row. You don't have to struggle to find something. It could be like holding a pen, I think you mentioned before. Just
I did.
being able to write. There are people without limbs. There's
Mm-hmm. And my hands were so sore some of the time. I couldn't hold up a book to read. This was long before computers were in our homes, and certainly long before we all had cell phones at our disposal, right beside us or on us, whatever. But one night I was grateful that I could hold a pen to write my gratitude. It was so, it seems so silly, but I just did it every night. And that was the other thing I wanted to tell you is that this all these positive 10, 11, 12 things that I listed, they happen gradually over time, and they have lasting effects. Like now, almost 2 years ago, I had a house fire and I lost everything. And I started taking photographs in nature every day and looking at the beauty of nature. Like I would be in a state of gratitude and I'd be going, oh, you are so beautiful, you little bud coming off this branch. You're so beautiful. Thank you for being here in front of me so that I can feel this joy of seeing you. And I would share this on my social media, and people were like astounded at how positive I could be in the face of such trauma as losing everything from a house fire and being displaced and everything else. And that I see now is because I've been practicing daily gratitude. That's that number 10 I read, an increased ability to overcome adversity.
Yeah.
And like that's just huge, you guys. It's huge, right?
It's so easy to just swipe it off and not think that doing it and making it a practice every day is, it's easy to say that that's insignificant, but getting into that practice and doing it and staying consistent with it, you will see the long-term effects. And we encourage you to do it because we do it over here and it makes me a better wife.
And a better mama, I'm sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And a
Yeah.
better mama.
Just a better, like not better, but like a happier human,
Yes, yes.
a lighter being, if you will, right? And so I also, just on that note, I really believe it's important too to say that we're not going to gloss over the tough stuff. We're not going to pretend that the difficult stuff isn't there and only focus on the gratitude, the stuff we're grateful for. We're going to, the one of my coined phrases from early on in my illness life was, you've got to feel it to heal it. So you've got to feel the feelings, and with our children, allow them to feel their feelings, acknowledge their feelings, and then shift into, look at this beautiful bud blossoming on this branch. But first, I was in my cottage after the fire and I was sobbing and wailing and having a very hard time. And then I went, okay, now it's time to go out for my gratitude walk. Right. And then I would go and I would find things to be joyful about. But it's not that the hard stuff, we're not going to do
Sugarcoat.
the toxic positivity, we call it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going
Mm-hmm.
to sugarcoat. We're going to feel it. So that's why having a certain time of the day for your gratitude practice is very helpful. Like everything we've been talking about recently about creating routines in the family, then the children know when it's breakfast time, we're going to share 3 gratitudes around the breakfast table, or maybe it's dinner time in your household, or maybe everybody's working and everybody's going to school and different activities all the time, so maybe it's a bedtime thing. Whatever time of day works best in your family, that's what I recommend. So let's look at the few different ways that you can incorporate it. If you can go out for a walk every day with your children, do a gratitude walk. I love my gratitude walks. I walk and I go, oh, you are such a beautiful tree. Thank you for being here so I could see your beauty. Oh, look at this beautiful little caterpillar walking across the ground. Thank you for saying hello, caterpillar. It's so nice to see you. So that's just a talking, walking kind of a gratitude practice. Some of my research, I did see that speaking gratitude is powerful, and you will get some of those results. Writing down your gratitude just brings it that much deeper and has it resonate that much deeper, and it hits our brains in a different way so that we will get the results even faster when we take the time to write it down. If your children, like you, Sareena, are too young to write, then they can tell you their word or words and you can write them on a paper, and then they can put it in the gratitude jar if you have a gratitude jar on your table, or you can write their words into their gratitude journal at night. So yeah, so there's a gratitude journal. There's a family gratitude jar, which usually goes on the table if that's a place where you gather as a family. There's just being at the table and going around the table and talking 3 things you're grateful for that day. We usually take turns at my table. There was a fun one that I read about where you make a picture of a tree and a big piece of paper, or 2 or 3 pieces of paper, cut it out and put it up on your wall, and then cutouts of leaves, and then everybody can write what they're grateful for on the leaf. This is obviously a fun one to do in the autumn. And then if the little ones want, they can color their leaves, whatever, and then put their gratitude leaves up on the tree on the wall. So that's a fun one. And then writing thank you notes. And if you can't actually make yourself help your child to write a card or a note, which I will tell you will be gratefully received. At least do a thank you phone call. There's so many children and young people these days who aren't even acknowledging when they get a birthday card with money in it in the mail from their grandparent. And I know because I'm talking to a lot of the grandparents and we're going like, what happened? Like they don't even let the sender know, their grandparent or their auntie or uncle or whoever it was that, thoughtfully put something in the mail for them, a parcel or a card. And it could be just a card, maybe not even with money in it, but just a quick acknowledgement and a thank you is so helpful and so beautiful.
I really love the thank you cards. If we can bring that back, that would be amazing. I'm a card person. I love getting cards. I love writing cards, and I will definitely teach my daughters to send out thank you cards because it really warms my heart getting something in the mail.
Awesome. Yeah. So there's a few ideas of how to do it and a whole lot of reasons why it's such a great practice. And on Friday, we will share some fun, creative ideas of how to make those gratitude jars or journals your own.
Yes. So if you want to be a little more positive, mamas, feel a little happier, please, please, please don't hesitate to put this into practice. It's a beautiful practice. And we wish you the luck. Happy 2023.
Yay. We love you.
All right, so that was filled with so many good points to why we should be practicing gratitude daily. But the 3 gems that I want to share with you to just really enforce and for you to understand that this is such a helpful practice is number 1, the fact that when you focus on what there is to be grateful for, you'll be able to see more of what there is to be grateful for. So like when Amma shared the story about when you buy your red car and you're like, oh, nobody has a red car. And then you drive off the lot and then you see red cars everywhere. It's just where your attention is. So when you focus on the positive things, you'll see more positive things. And then number 2 is to remember that this happens gradually over time and it has long-lasting effects. So maintaining a gratitude practice will allow you to really get those 10 advantages that she shared with you. It will decrease your stress, increase your emotional well-being, your physical well-being, lessen anxiety and depression, lowers your aggressive tendencies. All of those you'll get when you do practice this consistently and do it for a while. So don't forget that. And number 3 is a reminder that we want you to stay positive and to see the light at the end of the tunnel. But that doesn't mean that you ignore all the hard things. You have to feel it to heal it, like Amma says. So, Happy New Year. We wish you the best and good luck gratitude journaling.
Hey, Mama.
Thank you for being here with us.
Okay, how cute was that? Thanks for being here with us. Hit subscribe to get notified.
And hey, did you get anything out of this episode? I know I did. Show some love and send it to your mama friends to bless their day too.
And before you run and change that diaper, take 5 seconds and leave us a review saying how much you love us. You'll be helping other mamas find us. Did you know that? And hopefully find answers to the questions that are keeping them awake at night.
And if you screenshot your review and DM it to us, you will be entered to win a 1-hour coaching call at a discounted price with Amma.
I can't wait to chat with you. Come hang out with us in our Facebook group or on Instagram. Just click the links in the show notes and you can direct message us anytime. We would love to chat with you.
We also have a buy me a coffee option for a fun way that you can support this podcast for just as much as you care to give. Just click the show support link in our show notes. Thank you. See you next week.